You know what it is. You know what it is. Once again, it's the Funky Uncles. Yeah, not in the best of lighting right now. And believe it or not, me not being in the best of lighting has me blocked on Facebook. That's right. I'm in Facebook jail because I posted just like this on the story, and they said I was blocked for nudity or sexuality or whatever, or sexual something. Are you serious? And even I'm a man. So does that mean I can, if I wanted to, make a comment with my shirt off? Yeah, I'm in Facebook jail. If I wanted to make a comment with my shirt off as a man, I can't do that. But you can have two people of the same sex kissing. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. And some of the stuff I've seen on Facebook, you are targeting me? Come on. This has really gone to another level. A level. I'm really, really and truly convinced that Facebook has something out for me in all positivity. When I had my other page, DR Presents, I was posting, I wasn't posting a bunch of garbage. I was posting positive quotes, things that came to my head. I was posting poetry. I was, but boom, they shut that down. I tell you, it's a battle, but you know what? It's okay because one way or another, I can still get my message out. You can't stop me, Facebook. There are too many avenues of social media. I may have to work harder with the others, but you'll be the one to lose out in the long run. And I'm going to say it just like that. So let me see where everybody is. Oh, it's 9 o'clock on the dot right now. But this is just too crazy. Let me go ahead and see what everybody's doing. Oh, this is ridiculous. I cannot believe it. Oh, man. And I know there are people that are waiting for me to send them the link, and I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't comment. I can't do chat. Oh man! And then one of the newer people, couple of newer people, I don't have them on Instagram to reach out to them. I tell you, I have a couple people's numbers, but this is this is so messed up. Oh man! But you know what? Like I said, it's to be expected. Like I was thinking, it is to be expected because anytime that you want to do something positive, you're really going to face a lot of adversity. That is, that's a rule of life. Anybody that's really ever wanted to do something positive, not just for themselves, but for the benefit of others, is really going to be, it's going to be met with a lot of, what's a nice way to put it? Other people aren't going to like it. I'll just simplify it. And other people aren't going to like it. And since they don't like it, for whatever reason, be it because you're getting notoriety that they want or because they don't agree with it, they like the chaos and the calamity, then you will get that pushback. And that's just how it is. It is, how that phrase, it is what it is. But at the same time, just because it is like that doesn't mean that you have to fold. So I want to talk about restrictions tonight. I'm going to say a little something. If nobody comes on, this will be a quick show. But if people come on, we'll have, some panelists. But I want to talk about restrictions, the things that we've been restricted from in a so-called free society. Now, over time, with the cancel culture popping up and gaining strength and popularity, there are certain things that you can't say or do without offending people. So you are restricted in your freedoms, in your freedom of speech. No, everybody's not going to like what you say. And we were always told it's not what you say, but how you say it. So if you really have something that you want to say to somebody, there is a way for you to say it that is PC. And with it being PC, that person may not like it, but you did it in a respectable way. Um, Having tact, that's another way that it was put. Having tact. Can you have some tact about yourself? See, this is how I was dressed. And they said, no, you're doing something dirty, sexual, and we can't have it. So we're going to block you for 24 hours. The H is this. What the H is this, really, though? Oh, okay. Back to the point, though, with the restrictions. I made a post not long ago on Instagram where we as society, we as the community itself are restricting each other's opinions. It's gotten to the point where whatever the powers that be, whatever they set into motion, we wind up mentally and spiritually ingesting it and spitting it back out on each other. Now, the post that I made, you see what they say, the post that I made was about the word hate and judging. How if somebody doesn't agree with something that you say, you're automatically hating or you're judging, instead of trying to understand that that person just may see things different. They may be looking deeper into it and have another total understanding than you do. You may look at something. One of the biggest things is with sports. There are certain sports figures who are very popular, and the media pushes them heavily. But then you have people who have watched that particular sport for many, many, many years, have a deeper understanding of the sport, and they're not as impressed. And they say, "Oh man, you just hating because your generation." Yeah, is it hating if I've seen it done before? Just because the media tells you, think about the mainstream media. They're not here to. They're not here to. They're here to influence. They're not here to inform. So they're going to tell you whatever they want to tell you because that's going to keep you watching and keep the money flowing. And it's like that with all of the mainstream media. They're going to tell you what they want to tell you, but know that whatever they tell you, there is much more out there. There's much more to it. But of course, they don't want you to have both sides. Because if you have both sides, that forces you to think and find the truth within yourself as opposed to following their truth. So that's what we do to each other. Instead of saying, you know what, you may have a little more information than I do, but so maybe I should see where you're coming from. Nah, that's not going to happen most times. We don't have a lot of people who really want to be informed. They want to be influenced. They don't want to think. They want to be led. That's a problem. Because everybody that's supposedly leading you is not going to lead you in the right direction. They're going to lead you to some place that benefits them in the singular form instead of benefiting them in the plural form. That's the type of world that we live in. So you have to keep your eyes open for those that do care about more than the singular form. Those that want people other than themselves to succeed, to benefit, to grow. Those who want to succeed themselves and they don't want to look back and see you. They want to look side to side and see you. It might even look forward and see you. That's the type of people, those are the type of OGs that we need to promote more. And I'm gonna tell you one thing, another thing, here we go. One thing about that is don't expect those people to be perfect. They're gonna have flaws. We all have flaws. And with those flaws, you have to understand that they're human. So you're gonna have to look past the messenger and see what that message is. But see, within all of this, it's gonna take some using this right here. Once again, instead of thinking, you want to be led. We have enough of that going on. We have enough people who are following. This is a following culture right now. They talk about a cancel culture. It's a following culture. You see people following the way other people dress. You see people following other people's acts. You see people following the way that other people think, whether they agree with it or not. It's not their minds anymore. And society has captured the mind and the will of those who are not meant to follow those things, at least. And that is where we are today. We are restricted in what we do for fear of stepping outside of the box and being who we are meant to be, being who we were born to be. We are restricting ourselves as much as others are restricting us. And once we lift those restrictions, just imagine how far we can go. But here we go. Once again, we have to understand that the opposition they'll fight hard. They will fight as hard as they can to keep those that are following behind them. And anyone who opposes them, they're going to spit out a lot of rhetoric and false facts and anything to teeter anybody that's on the fence. Now, there was anybody, okay, I'm talking to a bunch of intelligent people, so they know what it is. Everybody's heard of Mark Twain. You know, if you haven't heard of Mark Twain, look him up. He's a white dude, wrote some pretty good stories, lived long ago, so who knows his total views on us. But once again, I'm look past the messenger and look at the message. He said there are three types of lies: lies, damn lies, and statistics. Now, a lot of times they want to restrict your knowledge and your willingness to move forward and to fight oppression and wrongdoings by throwing out some type of stats. But how true are those stats? Just because they put those numbers out there, how true are they? Now, you want a test for that? I'm going to give you a test for it. Whenever you look at these stats and they say a certain amount of Americans or a certain amount of blacks think such and such and such and such, think to yourself, did they ask you? If they didn't ask you, ask your neighbor. Ask your homies, your homettes, ask your cousins. Ask them if they were asked what they thought on that particular subject. So if none of the people that you know were asked, how do they truly come up with a correct percentage? Nah, they got to restrict your thinking. If they don't restrict your thinking, it all starts here. Once they restrict your thinking, they restrict your actions. If they restrict your actions, those that are in power and have been in power stay in power. That's how they keep racism alive and then point to us and call us racist. At the same time, racism consists of power. They restrict your mind. So you're thinking, well, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I am racist. But I'm not going to say it. But maybe don't even think it. You may be prejudiced, but you're not racist. Because what power do you have to stop anybody else from getting a job? Unless that person's in your house and they're underage and you tell them, you are too young. Or you know you can't do that job. But the restrictions of the mind was what they have in droves, in massive droves. And that is what we have to fight. We have to fight the restrictions we put on ourselves, the restrictions others put on us, and we have to realize that our power and our ability is unlimited. Unlimited. So when they say sky's the limit, no, the limit is the sky, because there's so much more past the sky. Here we are 15 minutes in and nobody has jumped in. But you know what? It's all good, because after they shut me down with this craziness, and you know what? I'll just enjoy my night. You know, this is just a little quick little something I'm doing. I might even jump on, you know what? I'm gonna jump on Instagram and see what I got going over there, and I'm gonna talk some trash on that and see if they ban me there too. So next time I see you, I'll let you know if I'm on what social media I may be a part of or I'm banned from. Anyway, this your man's Drew Red, aka Funky Uncle, going over to Instagram. Y'all have a good one.